What's up, everybody? It's Jenny again. I'm back with a non-crafty video, but I just wanted to kind of share my experience using these essential oils because I feel like it's starting to work for me, and let me just kind of tell you this. I am so not this kind of person. Like, I would be the type to like roll my eyes at people who like this kind of stuff and whatever, but um, I don't know why. I don't know what made me start to think that I might want to try it because, okay, let's just say that I heard a bunch of people on YouTube, including Nadine. Hi, Nadine. Um, Tell us about how much they love doTerra and how these essential oils have helped them, with with issues that they've been having. And I, again, was never one to believe in anything like this before, but I don't know why. Like, I don't know what happened that made me decide that I wanted to find out more about it. And the more I asked people about it, the more I found out that a lot of people use it. And some people swear by it. And so, because I was getting such positive feedback from everyone who actually used it, like, I didn't have one person who used it that told me it didn't work. And so, because of that, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to just give it a shot because, um, it's I might as well give it a try, right? I mean, if it's that good, like people swear by it. So the main one that I wanted to try was this On Guard, and it's mainly because it's supposed to be like to help you prevent illness and I guess if you are sick, then it'll help like reduce your symptoms or like lessen the time that you're sick or something like that. And again, I'm no expert, okay? But I decided that this was the main one that I wanted to try, which is On Guard. And so I was asking my friend Suilan, hi Suilan, I was asking her about it because I know she uses it all the time. And then I found out that she sold it. So I was asking her, which ones were good and which ones she uses and when does she use it and how does she use it? Because I only saw people putting it into those air diffusers, but she was explaining to me like something like this On Guard. She just rubs on the bottom of her feet. I'm like, what? Why do you rub it on the bottom of your feet? And she's like, oh, that's the fastest way that it'll get into your bloodstream. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she was advising me that before I go on a trip that I should use On Guard. So I was like, oh, okay, that sounds kind of good. So I decided that I wanted to place an order for On Guard for sure. But then she showed me the website and she's like, oh, just try to look at all of the other ones. And, she's kind of telling me which other oils were good too. But, they're not cheap. So I was like, okay, and I don't want to like totally invest in something and then like it doesn't even work for me. So she ended up giving me some samples, and it was funny because she gave me On Guard and she gave me Serenity because I was telling her that my daughter, here's the Serenity. I was telling her that my daughter has a hard time sleeping, and she said, "Oh, I put this on the bottom of my daughter's feet, and before they go to bed, and then it helps them sleep." So I was asking her for more information about these, and she ended up giving me a sample, and um, so the day that I got it was the day we had like a small craft fair, and I was starting to not feel good because I had done a bunch of craft fairs, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna try use this On Guard. Like, who might as well give it a shot, right? Because I feel like I'm gonna get sick anyway. So I started, putting it on my feet, and then I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. You cannot tell, right? You don't feel anything. And then I would every day I would just rub it on my feet and I would do it twice a day, like in the morning and at night. And it was like a really, really small sample. Like, here, let me show you. The bottle was like this big, okay? Like really small. Okay, so like this big. Okay, see, so this is the regular size, and then this is the sample size she gave me. And then I ended up, every day I would put it on, and even though I felt like I was gonna get sick, I never got sick. And so I started doing that, and then my daughter got sick. And so because my daughter got sick, I was like, oh, I started putting it on her, and then I started putting it on everybody in the house. So this little bottle thing like ran out. And once it ran out, like right after it ran out, when I ran out of the On Guard, that's when I got sick. And so I was like, oh my God, this thing like really works. Hello. And then Susan was there, my friend Susan. Hi, Susan. She was there when we were talking about this. And so Suilan had given her a sample too. And she went on a trip. And then when she came back, she was kind of sick. And I'm like, oh, you don't sound so good. She goes, oh, yeah. She's like, I think I caught a cold. And I'm like, oh, didn't you use the On Guard? And she said, you know what? She's like, it's kind of smells. So she didn't want to use it like in the plane. And I said, well, now that you're sick, I said, just try use it because I swear it's helping me. So the next time I saw her, which was just like a few days later, I'm like, hey, you sound better. And she goes, you know what? I've been using the On Guard. She goes, I think that thing does work. So now I'm like totally sold on On Guard. Like if you try doTerra and you don't buy any other oil, like this is the one to buy because it's not that expensive. I'm like it might be expensive to you, but in comparison to some of their other oils, this it's not that bad. So I for sure wanted to buy like this big bottle, and I actually bought one more. I have one more on order from someone else, and that's gonna go to my mom because I told my mom I don't want her getting sick when we go to Japan. So I was explaining to her like how to use it and to, use it before we go on our trip and bring it on our trip with us. So anyway, this one I recommend because I swear this one really works. Okay, the other one I ended up getting was Serenity. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get it because I wasn't sure if it would really work because my daughter, although once she gets to sleep, she's fine, but she has a hard time falling asleep, and so part of it is because she doesn't want to sleep by herself, and I think the other thing is that like she has a kind of a busy mind, like she's always thinking about stuff. So my friends, Suilan, and then even my other friend Michelle was telling me about Serenity, and Michelle was telling me, "Oh yeah, I put it on my daughter, and then I make her rub her feet together because she said when I put it, if I apply it on her, then." She starts getting sleepy. And you know what? That was happening to me. Like I was putting it on my daughter's feet and then I was falling asleep. So I was thinking, I think this thing works too. And then at first my daughter didn't like the smell, but now I think she's used to it and now she actually asks me for it. So anyway, that's Serenity. But I think you can probably, if you have like one of those air diffusers, which I'm gonna start looking for one, I think, then you can put drops of that into the diffuser and then it'll just pump it out into the air like all night. Okay, so anyway, those are the two that I really wanted to use and buy. And that one's not too expensive either. Okay, and the other one I wanted to try was this frankincense, and this one is really expensive. Like this one is like about $100, but I got it for free because if you order so much, during that special, they actually gave you a bottle of it for free, and I think I I was lucky and we combined it, and anyway. I got it for free. But this is supposed to like I think what Suilan told me is that it helps to reduce swelling and that kind of stuff. So it's really good for healthcare. I haven't really used it yet, but my other friend Michelle told me, like even when you have your time of the month, it's good and for other stuff. So I'm looking forward to trying to use this in my daily. I haven't used it yet though. I think I forget and I gotta like look it up on how to use it. The other one that I really like, I've started to use is this Breathe. And if you listen to me, you can tell that I have a congestion problem. Like right now, I'm still sick, but I always am congested. Like I think it's the way I'm born because I'm always like for one thing I have a lot of allergies like to like things in the air, but for another I think my like I would probably be a good candidate for surgery, I think, because like I snore like from when I was a baby. Um and I just always had hard time breathing. I think that's why I hate exercising because like I have a hard time breathing like through my nose. So anyway, this is really good for those who have respiratory issues. I think I read that you put it on your chest, kind of like a Vicks, but it's not, obviously it's not like a jelly, so it's easier to get into your system. But that didn't really help me, and I think because I was congested anyway. So what I ended up doing is I put it right on my lip. because I wasn't sure. I'm like, oh, is it gonna burn? I wasn't sure how it was gonna affect me, but I ended up putting it on my upper lip, and then I started to feel something, and I'm like, oh, this actually kind of works. And now I'm like rubbing it like on my nose, like near my nostrils, and it does help. So I put this on before I go to bed, and I think my husband said that he can hear me snoring less even. So anyway, I know Linda would think that's pretty funny, but um whenever I feel like, or if I'm gonna go exercise, I'll try to use this. But anyway, that's another one that I'm liking so far. And then this next set, this was a set, and I guess it's like a sampler, like a introductory set to um, get you to try some of these. And I guess these are kind of standard ones that people often buy. So I wanted to just give it a try because I was interested in most of these. Yeah, all of these. Okay, so lemon, from what I understand, is good for cleaning or purifying things. So you can like detox with it or clean stuff with it. Somebody told me, oh, did she tell me to put, I think it was the lemon and the lavender or something, like when I was sick to kind of detox and get it out of my system. I didn't do it. I think that's why I'm still sick. But anyway, I haven't really used it. I really have to read up more on it. But I want to try using the lemon. And then you can see like how different the sizes of the bottles. Yeah. Like this is a 5 milliliter and this is a 15. Okay, they sell these in the bigger size too. Okay, the other one is peppermint, and the reason why I wanted to try this is because Suilan told me this is her personal air conditioner. So she said whenever she's hot, she just kind of dabs it along, on like her neck or whatever, and then it cools her off instantly. So I haven't really tried it yet because it's kind of cold right now, but I think it has other healing properties that I haven't really read up on, but I look forward to using that maybe more in the summer. And then lavender, and that's supposed to be like for calming purposes. And I want to see if this will work on like my family. Because my family gets stressed out a lot. So we're gonna try experiment and see if that really does help with calming. And then I think somebody else told me that you can use the lavender on like if you get like fire ant bites, and we have a lot of fire ants here in Hilo, so I'm gonna next time I get a fire ant bite, I'm gonna try this out and see if it works. So oh, and then I got one more, and I think this was a gift from Suilan. She gave me the wild orange, and she was telling me, I think this is another thing about cleansing and cleaning out like all the germs, and I haven't used it yet, but I look forward to using that too. So, I have another order coming in. I bought from my other friend, and when I get that in, I'll share with you what I bought and why I bought it. But like I said, I haven't tried all of these things, but I'm starting to see a difference in things, and I think you might want to give it a try. It is kind of costly, especially when you buy a bunch together, but um, if anything, I would start with the On Guard because that, I swear to God, everybody was laughing at me because somebody's told me, oh, she was using that On Guard, but then she got sick. But I told them, but you know what? I got sick when I ran out. And then when I got it back in, well, now, I haven't gotten sick, obviously, because I was already sick. But you bet I'm going to be using this all before I go on my trip, and I'm going to take it on my trip so that I don't get sick while I'm on my trip. But anyway, I am not an expert in it, but I will link to you, I mean, in the description box below, this website that I was referred to by a bunch of people, and it's called Everything Essential Me, and this will explain to you which blends and what when you use it. And then there's also a search. Like you can look up, I think it's this health concerns, and then it'll tell you like you can look up like what your health concern is, and then it'll tell you like which ones to use and where like how to use it. So Suilan was nice enough to like tell me like she printed them all up for me, so I didn't have to even print it of all the ones that I purchased. But you can just go to that website and look up like whatever your ailment is, and then see what type of oil will help you. So I'm still learning, and I'm kind of pleasantly surprised that how well it's been working for me. So I'm hoping if you do try it, that you let me know if you like it or not, or you might just tell me, "Oh, Jenny, you're full of crap." But hopefully, it will give you some pretty good results too. And the good thing is, like, I mean, I think you can ingest some of them, but you don't have to. So, like, for people who don't like to like take medicine or anything, like you can just like rub it topically, and it's supposed to help you. You can put it on the bottom of your feet and whatever. And of course, the funniest part is my friend Debbie. Hi, Debbie. I was talking to her about it, and I'm like, Debbie, you must know about this doTerra thing, right? Because she's like into like alternative medicine. Like she does acupuncture and whatever else. And then she's like, oh yeah, I use doTerra all the time. And I'm like, hello, I've known you for how many years, and how come we never had this discussion before? But I think she probably thought that I would never like try something like that. But now I'm like kind of sold on it. So the more I try, the more I like it. And I just want you to be open to it because I wasn't, and now that I've given it a try, I'm a little bit more. I'm believing in it now. So, I just think that whenever we find something good that works, that we should share that information. So, thank you, Nadine, because you're the first one that I heard about this thing from, because I never heard of it before. So, thanks for introducing it to me, and thanks to Elon for all the extra goodies and for giving me more information about it. And then I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.